The cast and guests of Inside IOST do not intend to convey investment or financial advice. Please do your own research before choosing to buy or sell any digital assets or cryptocurrencies. Welcome back to another episode of Inside IOST. I am Evan Schindler, and I am here with the co-founders and my partners at the Leobi node. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Josh
Pretty
Bryant,
good.
Pete K, how's it going? We are the Leobi node, and we are climbing the charts fast.
We are climbing the charts
Man,
with big
we're
announcements to make.
Huge announcements to make on this week's show. Of course, this is Inside IOST. We are your number one source for all things IOST news, happenings, insight. I think we're the first and the best source of all your information in the IOST ecosystem. Anyway, without wasting any more time, I want to thank our voters, and then I want to dive right into why we're climbing the charts and why we've got a bit of buzz surrounding our name recently, and something Pete's been working on really hard. We released a new website, and we've got an awesome tool on that new website. Pete, why don't you tell the folks at home all about it?
Yeah, sure. We made a quick rewards calculator. You can plug in the amount of IOST you voted for a node. You plug in some other numbers there. Eventually, we're going to have those numbers pulled from like APIs and things, so you won't have to do as much work. But right now, you might have to go on BIS.com, look up some numbers, and it'll tell you an estimate of how much rewards you'll get for voting for that node.
Yeah, and eventually we do want to have it so that users can kind of just go in. Maybe we'll have like a drop-down menu or something on the node they're voting for. But we got to do some API connections and stuff that doesn't quite exist yet. But hopefully version 2, version 3, version 4 will have that. But for now, if you're out there, you're voting for different nodes and you're trying to figure out how much are your votes worth, what you need to do is just go over to our calculator on our website. It's leobi.io. You input the amount of votes that you have staked. You input the amount of votes that the node has in total. And then there's a couple other variables in there that'll help you kind of walk through it and get a better idea. One of the things we do need to also talk about on today's show is going to be the big contribution rewards and the different tiers and how that works. And Josh, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about the tiers at least or something like that.
Yeah. So this is for the other partners that are out there that are making contributions into the ecosystem. An email came out today with the first cut of what the template will look like for documenting your contributions that you've made to the system. So take a look at that template that came from IOST and get back to them with any improvements or suggestions you have. Then they're going to send out a finalized template to everybody, and we'll complete it with the contributions that we've made. There's 5 different categories. There's content creation, dApps, integrations, events, and communities. And in each one of those different areas, you can talk about the particular initiative. For instance, under content, when it was published, the URL, you can rate it yourself. Quality 1 through 10, number of views, and then a screenshot of the number of views. So, you'll have to document all of that and then get it into them, but make sure that you make it as complete as possible.
Yeah. So we just need to integrate dApp community content events, and we'll be good, right?
We'll have all 4 covered.
Right?
Yeah.
Integrate DAF community. It's important not just for the nodes to like the news about this coming out, but it's also important for the people who are voting, because if you're voting for a node and they get the contribution reward, that's actually split amongst the voters and the node itself.
And included in the calculator.
And it's huge. I'll show you. I'll go back to the calculator here, and you can pick what contribution tier you think that your node will win. Now, your node will only win in one category. So we've said this before. If you have a great dApp, but your primary category is content, then your dApp boosts your content application. So you pick which tier you think they're going to win, and look at the difference. Here I have 1 million votes for this is for Leobi, and it says I'll get $1,000 this year, roughly. But if I win tier 1, I get $5,000 this year. So contribution is huge. Go ahead and pick nodes that you think are going to do great in one or more categories.
Yeah, I think that's a important thing for voters to look into, especially because they were going to start the contribution rewards in June and they were going to kind of combine the second half of the first quarter and the second quarter, but now they're actually going to do a little abbreviated period in the first quarter. So March 31st is, I'm not sure if that's necessarily the deadline for submission, but that's the end of this period.
Right.
And from some of the documentation I've read in the past from their IOST official Medium account, they have said that it's going to be like a quick turnaround. So once all those reports come in, it's going to be anywhere from 48 hours to a week or something. Very quick, maybe quicker than a week for those contribution rewards. So if you're not voted for someone, get them staked now, because as soon as those contribution rewards come out, there's going to be some nice paydays to the voters and to the nodes who are out there working hard. Anyway, moving right along. Speaking of issuing rewards, we've got another announcement here. Leobi, we're going to change up our rewards distribution. How's that going to work, Pete?
Yeah, we promised last week we'd do it weekly, but it seems like people want it issued daily, and that makes sense. So we're going to do it daily. Every day at roughly noon here, Eastern Standard Time, or 4 p.m. UTC, we're going to issue our rewards. Voters should get them. Sometimes you have to claim them, and if you're on an exchange like BIS, you might have to wait till BIS does its daily claim. But yeah, you'll be getting daily voter rewards. Now, they're relatively small. You're not going to get rich off these rewards, at least not at the token price what it is now. But remember that there are also quarterly rewards coming, which include both some additional voter rewards called the ecosystem election rewards and the contribution rewards that the node gets.
Right. And just to talk a little bit more about that, we did issue rewards today. Today being, what day is it? March 25th. We issued the voting rewards. So if you haven't seen those yet on BIS, we are waiting for BIS to release those voter rewards. And hopefully in the future, once we find alternatives, it'll be just, what do you think? It'll be just like a notification or something for people to claim the rewards themselves?
I don't know yet. Yeah, it depends on the wallet. Hopefully it'll just say, you have rewards, and you click a claim button.
So moving along, I do have one more announcement, and then we've got some hot numbers for your boys.
Hot numbers.
But I just want to make one more announcement to anyone listening. This is going to happen March 27th, 12 noon Singapore time. Jimmy Jong's going to do a Telegram AMA. He already did one, I think it was maybe a week ago. Very insightful stuff. If you're, want to get in touch with him, want to ask him questions, he answered a ton of questions the last time. The unfortunate thing about the timing here is it's going to be 12 p.m. midnight Tuesday night. So whenever you see this, if this episode comes out today, being Monday, it'll be tomorrow's midnight. Midnight's always so confusing because it's like, what day is
midnight's usually the beginning of the day.
Right.
You sure that's not in 12 hours?
So no, it would be Tuesday, like it's Tuesday night,
Okay, it's Tuesday night.
But it's Wednesday.
So Wednesday morning.
Yeah,
right.
Wednesday morning.
12 a.m.
But I would call it Tuesday night.
The Tuesday, Wednesday midnight.
The Tuesday into Wednesday midnight of March 27th. Jimmy Jong, 12 noon. If you're in Asia, it's way easier. It's just 12 noon. So keep that in mind. Anyway, boys, I have a super hot number for you. Are you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
This is going to be the best number you hear all day. I swear. I swear on it. 16 million transactions have taken place on the IOST blockchain.
Wow.
16 million.
No, that's nothing. There are 20,000 accounts. How that's a number for you. In 28 days, we've got 20,000 IOST accounts already on mainnet.
That's pretty intense.
There's another number out there. We have 89 partners, and of that, 60 are serving nodes.
Jeez, man, you guys are killing me with the numbers. I thought I had a cool number. But wait, I got another one in my back pocket for you. How about this? 500 unique visitors have visited Leobi.io since we put out our rewards calculator.
I like it.
And we have guided them through the jungle of rewards to be able to get some clarity on what they're getting rewarded for participating.
I mean, that's pretty decent, but how about this one? We've got 1 billion IOST volume on Endless Game in its first 48 hours. 1 billion
That's
IOST
pretty
volume.
intense.
Just
That's a lot of
dice
volume.
rolling. Yeah.
I have a much lower number than that. It's the big goose egg. 0 network crashes on,
All right.
network crashes on the
Yeah.
IOST network.
Woo. Oh, that was a failed high five. Come on. There we go.
Wow. Zero
network
network crashes.
crashes.
That's pretty good. So those are some hot numbers, man. I thought I was going to stump you guys with that, but you guys came back with some big ones and some small ones. I appreciate it. So, Pete, since we touched on Endless Game, I thought you were going to do a little demo for us.
Sure, yeah. Here we go.
I think a couple episodes ago you said I was a gambling addict
can't
on
wait to
Tron.
see this.
I can't wait to see your gambling.
I did this
endeavors.
on EOS, man. I went through quite a few EOS on this game.
I lost 0 EOS to gambling games. I also won 0 EOS. I won't talk about EOS nights. So here we go. I'm at Endless Game. Let me go ahead and pump the font up a little bit for our mobile watchers. It only works right now with iWallet. which is a Chrome extension. You have to enter your private key into a Chrome extension. But Token Pocket support is already out if you go to their site to download their enterprise app, and it should be approved by the Apple App Store by Wednesday. So you should be able to play this soon. Stay safe out there. Don't lose millions of IOST unless you really want endless game tokens instead. So here I've logged in with my iWallet. You can see that I've got an iWallet with 100 IOST waiting, ready to be wasted. I'm on endless game. And I can actually predict, I pick a number that I want to roll under. So if I roll 96 or below, I'll win with this setting, but I'll get a very small payout. Let's say I bet 50 IOST. I'll get back 51.5789. Not very impressive winnings. You might as well just go vote for Leobi. But, if I go down to 3, then I'm going to get back 2,450 IOST for my 50 bet, 49x payout, but my chance is only 2%. So I think I'm a kind of a balanced guy, right? Actually, I own crypto, so let's go down to 30. I'm not that balanced. All right, so here we go. 30 is my dice number. I win 170 IOST if I roll it successfully. Here we go.
Pete.
Roll. All right, now it's going to ask me to confirm. Remember, you have to sign transactions. So it's going to check.
Hopefully we'll see whitelisting soon.
Yeah, there should be. Oh, it's up here in the top right. Enable whitelist.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Now there's nothing to hold me back from degenerate gambling. Confirm. It's rolling. It's still rolling. No! 86. Now, I will console myself with the fact that if I had picked 50, I still would have lost.
Yeah.
However, I would have rolled sooner, so maybe I would have won.
You know what a good method now to win your money back is? You got to roll it again.
Roll it again, but I got to roll with lower chances, right?
Yeah.
Oh, great. All right, let's go down to 29.
Risk reward.
All right, I get 175 back if I roll. All right, here we go. Roll. Come on, baby. 77. Oh, that was suspiciously quick. Suspiciously quick. Somebody's watching this. Oh, man. All right, so I just lost 100 IOST. But the cool thing is I got 110 of these IET tokens. What all these dice apps do is they kind of have a dividend token where you sort of get a consolation reward. You get paid, and now I'm going to get some really small payouts in IOST as we go forward. Which is neat, because if it blows up and it becomes popular and the whole world descends into degenerate dice gambling, then I'm going to make bank with my 110
So the more
IET.
you play, the more you win. All right?
Right,
It's like the more you spend, the more you save.
You can't
One
lose.
of those types of things.
Everyone gets money forever.
Well, and for those of you out here who maybe haven't seen this kind of model before, this has been done before with EOS and with Tron. One of the interesting things about it is there are people who will just play the game just to mine those tokens. So they jack up the roll under number to 98 or whatever. So your chances of winning are really high, but your payout's really low. But because you're wagering, say 100 IOST, you'll get that. What's the native token called on that?
IET.
You'll get that IET, and then that gives you a dividend that gives you ownership of whatever percentage. So there are people that will just put on auto roll.
Yeah, there's an auto bet function here.
Yeah,
And
you
if
can
a lot of people
come
come
down
into
and
play,
look.
then that dividend becomes worth something. over
Right.
time.
You can come down and look at the live stream, the live feed, and every second we've got multiple rolls going on here. Just rolling, you can see their number, you can see what they've rolled. Most of them are at less than 96. In fact, they're all set to less than 96, and lots of greens here because they're winning some stuff.
Right, and they're probably mining. I mean, that's definitely
what they're doing.
So it's interesting to see how we go through these iterations of these gambling dApps, and we saw this on EOS, and now EOS is kind of moving away into better games. Some of them from a dApp studio I'm familiar with, and hopefully IOST, having seen that with the other protocols, will be able to catch on pretty quick.
It's just like the crypto version of the slot machine, like the one-arm bandit. Just keep playing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Except you couldn't mine with the one-arm bandit. And there's proof of gamble.
True,
here.
it's like
proof of roll.
Right, you keep playing, you get a little investment in the system.
Proof of spend.
I do have another question. This is not in our show notes, but it's something I wanted to bring up to you guys. There's been a lot of whispers, and I've heard it through the grapevine. A little birdie told me through the wire that Jimmy's supposed to come out with a secret weapon. What have the details been on that? Maybe I'm ignorant to the details that have been released so far, but I heard it was supposed to be some kind of and this could be pure conjecture that I've heard, some sort of like seamless fiat to IOST on-ramp or sign-up process. What do you guys, do you want to do a little speculation on what that could be? Jimmy's secret weapon?
I've heard that it's easy, not easy wallet, that's not the right term, but like an easy way to use dApps. Where if you know the basics of how to like move some crypto, then you can use dApps without having to delve into all these other features.
What are the other features though? Because it seems to me like you already kind of, if you know the basics of crypto, it's pretty easy already to roll the dice.
I mean, I guess that's my thought too. So I don't know. Maybe it's.
I mean, for him to call it a secret weapon.
Yeah, that's big talk. I mean, it came up during his last AMA session. It'll probably come up during the next one.
Yeah,
too.
So if you're in the AMA, ask Jimmy what's his secret.
Yeah.
Do you remember what he said about it?
He didn't like directly say
No?
what it was going to be. Yeah.
I wonder. I wonder if it's some sort of like Google account integration or something, some social media account integration where they kind of store not that that's like a great thing for crypto, but for mass adoption, I see a couple different people kind of moving in that direction. Pete, you're giving me a look. No. What are your thoughts on that?
I can't reveal what I know on the air, so...
Wow, Pete knows some not about IOST though, I'd imagine. So anyway,
he says it's a tool to lower barriers for dApps and their users.
Called it. Called it.
We'll have to see. We'll have to keep our eye on that. Okay, so other than that, Josh, you wanted to give a shout out to some people active in our Telegram group.
Yeah, we had Martin from Token Pocket on our Telegram group. Shout out to Martin. It's a great app. We've been using it. And then we've also had some folks on the Inside IOST Telegram group just, chatting about the ecosystem. I think we've had Chris and Frank on there. It's been a good time talking about, developments and what's going on. So get onto our Telegram channel. We're usually on there. And love to have you there.
Excellent. And big shout out to Chris. He's been doing an amazing job. He's started off as just kind of an enthusiast. Now he's an admin, and he's always hopping into our channel and answering questions. We had like 30 people blowing us up as we were trying to start recording this show.
Like we're trying to film the show here.
So
yes, please write in our Telegram, but not Mondays around noon.
Yeah, not Mondays around noon.
Just ignore that time period. But yeah, big shout out. I've heard that the Netherlands is big into crypto. And Chris is an admin in the main channel too, right? He's been showing us some appreciation there. In fact, in the main Telegram channel, you can now just type #calculator to get an instant link to our rewards calculator.
Yeah, there you go. Boom. Spreading like wildfire out here. 500 uniques.
It's a great tool. I mean, I've been using it myself. Been in there, it's a good tool.
Yeah, I mean, I've used it too.
I used to have to do it all through a spreadsheet, but now I just go right to the site.
That's perfect. And it's only going to get easier as we get more integrations with the API. And hey, I do have a question though. Is the API you think we're going to use, is it going to be through BIS or is it going to be a mainnet API?
It'll be mainnet for like most of the numbers, and then for the IOST price, we'll have to pull from somewhere else.
Perfect.
Obviously.
Perfect. So it'll be completely independent of BIS. So regardless of how you feel about them and their operations, we won't be reliant on them.
The ecosystem's still going to be pretty reliant on BIS for a little while. Because most of the votes are probably still on BIS.
Right. And that's going to be another thing too, is people moving votes off of BIS. Like for us, if we wanted to get our votes off of BIS, we can't do it all at once or we'll just lose all our rewards and get unstaked. So it's going to be interesting to see how some of these nodes will like cycle off or keep
I would like
everything
to
on.
see a seamless way to do that.
Right. Well, but who's incentivized?
Without losing, you mean the 7 days? Is that what
right? I mean, if everybody went to BIS and decided to withdraw, once the next great wallet comes out, then suddenly there will be no elected nodes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but who's incentivized to make that a seamless transition? IOST, yeah. BIS is not, though. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, we're at 19 minutes and 30 seconds. I think that's a pretty solid episode we just put together, fellas. What do you think?
I think so.
All right. Well, signing off for Peter K. and Josh Bryant, we are Leobi. This is Inside IOST, and we will see you next week.